Game of the day. CO Tier -1 versus Harvie03. Hawk versus Drake.
What is going on, folks? Sammy Original Guy here, aka Mr. Cannon from Advanced Wars by Web, bringing you another live league game of the day. Today, we have ourselves a high funds matchup, folks. We are back in the land of money. We are playing on the map Nut Splitter Form 9001, and we have ourselves a Hawk versus a Drake matchup. Harvie03 versus CO Tier -1. CO Tier -1 is a alternative account of somebody who plays a tier under the current tier. So this tier would be tier 1. I'm assuming Drake is probably tier 2 for this match. Either way, I believe that we have been here before, folks. We have been to this map before. We have featured games on here, I believe, in the semi-reviews section of my videos. But now we have a live league game here. Now, when we take a look at this map, it's pretty straightforward, but there is definitely potential for shenanigans, folks. We have a strong side over here. What the? Strong side over here. We have a weak side over here. We got a strong side over here and a weak side over here. And this map is definitely mirrored diagonal down here, folks. But the thing that makes this map very interesting is you have this 2-base side over here, which can immediately target this comm tower right here. Now, if this comm tower is targeted, that will mean that this player is denied a comm tower, but that could happen vice versa over here. These 2 bases could target this comm tower and completely deny that comm tower, leaving this to be a comm towerless game. Now, I very much doubt that that is going to happen. It is actually possible that one player could potentially grab both comm towers, leading to a 20% deficit in firepower. But aside from that, folks, you got a little bit of contested corners over here that could flip either way. But the main contested properties are really like this one, this one, this one, this one, and maybe some of the center properties. Early recon on this map is pretty crazy. You can get those recons up there, deny a whole bunch of properties, and just have yourself a really good time, folks. But aside from that, you do also have the airport over here, which needs to be busted open because there is a pipe seam there, and the pipe seam's got to go, folks. So yeah, we're going to have ourselves a good one here, folks. I'm excited. You're excited. We're all excited. Drake's happy. Hawk's happy. Let's get him some coffee. And without further ado, let's go ahead and see what went down in the live league today. Beautiful, folks. On the first few days, you all know the deal. It is the standard infantry builds because you got to get them infantry on the field. Number 1 priority in Advanced Wars by Web. Number 2 priority in Advanced Wars by Web is making sure that you like and subscribe to the channel for all that hot live league action, folks. Number 3 priority in Advanced Wars by Web is making sure that you folks at home, whether you're watching on your TV, watching on your computer, watching from your mobile device, or anything else, make sure you go get yourself a glass of water. Stay hydrated, friends. It is super important. A hydrated person is a happy person. And the other person that could potentially be happy right now is CO Tier -1, who's just busted out the first recon of the game. As stated before, folks, I think recons are super effective on this map. Mainly just because you can zoom them right to the center of the map, and then they can just instantly start causing mass amounts of chaos here. As we see, the recon is already reaching the middle of the map. Harvie03, our Hawk player, has busted out a tank, but CO Tier -1 has decided to also bust out a tank. We got a double tank show going on here. 18k in the bank already on day 5. And let's see what Harvie decides to buy. Oh, just 1 tank and 2 infantry actually banking up 9k to do something with it next turn. I don't know what he's going to do with this 9k, but CO Tier -1 is going to have to definitely watch his purchases, folks. He could potentially bust out triple tank this turn. which he does double tank, but he doesn't do triple tank. He's going to bank a little bit of money too. That is a very smart move, folks, because Harvey has enough money to bust out the dreaded Soiled Abomination. He's got enough money for it, folks. Is he going to bust out the Soiled Abomination? No, he's going triple tank. Beautiful, classy little triple tank buy right there, folks. You love to see it. All right, one infantry has been interrupted and a tank has been first struck, but what an absolutely brutal exchange there, folks. Goes for the attack, gets counter-attacked by 4 damage. Now, just for a little comparison here, folks, let's go ahead and take a gander at what sort of a roll we are dealing with here, folks. 48 to 55% damage, so there is a very good possibility that, you know, you deal 5 damage, but he did not. He low rolled 48% damage, 49% damage. Also, at 6 HP, Hawk will do 35 to 40% damage. So, CO tier -1, low rolls basically the maximum, and Harvie03 max rolls. So, what an unfortunate exchange there, folks. You hate to see it, but it does happen sometimes. And if it happens to you, I pray for your success at Advanced Wars, because you are definitely going to be needing after an exchange like that. Now, we're carrying on with the match here. It looks like Harvey is putting a little bit of pressure down on the bottom corner, putting some pressure on the comm tower. Takes the engagement. He might be taking that comm tower, folks. If Hawk acquires that comm tower, that is going to be 130% firepower on every single unit on the map. I'm actually very surprised right now that Harvey didn't take the engage. I feel like if he went up north and he pushed his tanks up north and followed through with the engagement, he could potentially win the engagement overall, because he's about to cap the comm tower, so it's very interesting. Oh, CO tier -1 busts out the soiled one. The dreaded stink ball. The Neo tank. The soiled abomination. It's on the field, folks. Absolutely stinking up the battlefield here. And there goes the tank. See a tank. Oh, and Harvie03 counters with the dreaded soiled abomination as well, folks. There are multiple soiled abominations on the field. I don't know why Harvey didn't move this tank necessarily. It could have at least moved up 1 square and been completely safe, but he decided to stay put. Is what it is, folks. And what it is what it is. Another 6-6 engagement. 2 soiled abominations on the field now. And CO tier -1 is trying to flip the comm tower to get a little bit of firepower back. See if he manages to get it. There is definitely a possibility that Harvey can move in with one of the tanks and get an interrupt right now. But if he does that, he is going to lose that tank without a doubt, with 2 Neo tanks on the way. And that being the weak side for Harvey and the strong side for CO tier -1, I think we are going to be seeing some pretty crazy damage happening up north here pretty soon. Boom, got a tank hit, got another tank hit, soiled one moving in. Now, if I was Harvey, I would probably even be inviting an attack from one of those Neo tanks. I would put my Neo tank in range of one of his Neo tanks and just like accept an attack. But I don't build Neo tanks anymore, folks. I'm off the Neo tanks. Mr. Cannon, not a Neo tank guy. Classy boys all the way. Doesn't even matter if I win or lose. Stay classy, folks. That's what it's all about. Day 9, it is now CO tier -1 turn. Gets an engagement up north. Gets the interrupts. Now is bringing... Oh, he brings the soiled abominations close to the center, but doesn't do any engagements with them. Not even engaging against the tanks up north, but has acquired one of the comm towers, so... The income is getting better, folks. The income is getting better. The firepower is getting better. CO tier -1 is actually 36,000 properties as well, which is technically 18 properties, but 36,000 funds per turn. Plus out a couple artilleries on the field now, too. Artilleries... You know, you can't sleep on artilleries in Live League, folks. You got to get a few of them on the field. It will definitely mix up the dynamics of the game quite a bit. Make your opponent have to waste a little bit more time playing around artillery. Oh, we have a Neo tank engagement, folks. Oh, 2 Neo tank engagements. There goes the soiled abomination, folks. He's gone. He is out of here. Another soiled abomination has been deleted out of the existence of Advanced Wars by Web, and we cannot be any more happy over here, folks. And CEO busts out another soiled abomination. This is quickly becoming one of the stinkiest games I have ever seen in Advanced Wars. All right, Harvie03 taking engagement, takes out one of the tanks, takes a first strike on the Neo tank, attacks a Neo tank with a tank. What an absolute legend. Boom, takes another engagement. Crazy stuff. Has actually charged the Black Storm. Could pop an end of the turn Black Storm here for massive damage. Let's see if he decides to do. Oh, he's gonna do it. End of the turn Black Storm. Now this could not actually be. This might not be too bad. Might not be too bad. Obviously, Drake is going to be able to counterattack with the Tsunami. Or the Typhoon, I mean. But Hawk did get heals. So, I mean, that's good. That's good. That's good enough. He's got some heals. It's feeling good. It's not like Drake's going to be able to heal himself with the Tsunami or Typhoon. But he pops it, folks. Typhoon activated. Now, the rain is definitely going to be very difficult for our Hawk player to maneuver around. But these soiled abominations are feeling the hurt up north, folks. They have definitely taken a massive hit. Several more engagements down south. Another soiled abomination. Artillery in range to bust open the pipe city now. It looks like we may be seeing some air combat here very soon. Oh, infantry takes out the Neo tank. Absolute legend. Absolutely legendary play up there. Oh, Neo on the road. Interesting. Takes out another infantry down south as well. Oh my god, the sheer amount of Neo tanks on this map. And not a single medium tank in sight. Sir Classington is not happy right now, folks. We gotta be getting them medium tanks on the field. That is the number 5 priority of Advanced Wars by Web, after all. Now with 30,000 or 37,000 funds, yeah, he's just gonna build. He just builds another Neo tank. I mean, am I even expecting anything else right now? As stated before, folks, you know, Neo tanks are definitely one of the strongest units in high funds. People will be spamming out the Neo tanks every single day, non-stop. There's very little you can do, folks. There's very little you can do. You can spam out more Neo tanks to beat a Neo tank for Neo tank, or you could try to be classy. Take them on. It is very difficult, but not impossible, folks. The other thing that you can do is make sure you acquire yourself an airport and you just get some flipping bombers on the field, folks. Especially if your opponent doesn't have the airport. Now, it does look like Harvie is nowhere near being able to capture the airport. If CO tier -1 captures that airport, he could bust out a bomber. Now, it is a Drake bomber. You know, it's not very good in the grand scheme of things, but any sort of a bomber is a good bomber at the end of the day. Alright, let's see what Harvie does now. It strikes a Neo, strikes another Neo, strikes an artillery, and more Neo, just more flipping, more Neos, folks. More Neos on the field. This is the most soiled game I've ever seen. Absolutely smelly. Absolutely smelly. Harvie in a pretty good spot, though. Overall, a little bit behind in income and doesn't have any comm towers. But I think he's ahead in Neo counts. 6 Neos to 5 Neo. Okay, so tier -1 CO Drake. He's going to be able to buy a Neo this time. Obviously, he's going to buy another Sword of Abomination. So he'll be matching him at least. But the fact that Drake actually has 2 comm towers, it actually puts him in a pretty good spot. You know? It puts him in a pretty decent spot. He's a pretty strong CO with 2 comm towers, and your opponent doesn't have any. So I think he's having a pretty good time right now. Without a doubt. Alright, let's see what happens here. Oh, they're going to be attacking. Alright, so he's going to clear the Neo, so that's okay. Going for the comm tower. So it clears the Neo, so that's good. Can't clear the North Neo, unfortunately, but just gets hit by another Typhoon over here on day 15. And just like that, the unit value is just diminished. Slows down the capture of the airport, though, that last Black Storm, so that is pretty good. He's not going to have to deal with air units for a little while. But they are coming, folks, without a doubt. I mean, if you're going to get an airport, you're going to be building some air units. It's textbook Advanced Wars. You got to get the air units on the field. Now, Harvey could potentially get this comm tower right now. All he really has to do in order to get the comm tower is got to put... Oh, he can't because it's raining. Oh, no. So unfortunate. So unfortunate indeed. It's only got two left to go. The only thing that he could do is he could surround over here and then block one side. If he blocks one side, I think it might be possible for him to get it. But I think this guy would still do more damage. Like, I don't know. Let's see. This guy would be able to attack. Full HP. 77. He wouldn't have any power. Ooh, 65 to 72. You know what? You know what? He can get that comm tower. You can get that comm tower next turn with a full surround. Or half semi-surround. 3-point surround, he can get it. There is a possibility that this infantry could go up here and sacrifice itself. Might do a damage, and then an attack can happen, and that might secure the KO. Oh, but he's gonna just leave it alone. Get up there and block it. Like, formulate the wall. Formulate the wall of stench if you're gonna be building the stench. Oh, we got a rocket. Hey. Alright, here we go. Oh, can you imagine for a moment a world where a walled stench was blocking this infantry so that that comm tower could be flipped in order for Harvie03 to have himself 120% firepower on all his units? That would be pretty cool, folks. I'm not even gonna lie, it would be pretty nice. It'd be pretty nice for him. Ah, and it would have worked too. Look at that. Look at that. It's at 2. It's at 2. I mean, it's got no threat, really. Alright, well, decisions were made, and consequences have been halved. So let's see how the rest of this match goes over here on day 17. A few more infantry, or a few more tanks are taken out here. CO tier -1, 20 properties. Harvie03, 18 properties. That's it. That's all he's got. 18 properties. But we've got a rocket. And that rocket is getting to the front lines here, folks. Can you imagine, just for one moment, a rocket behind a wall of stench? That's a pretty scary rocket. I'm not even going to lie. 10 out of 10 would rocket again, but with medium tanks blocking it. Speaking of things that are classy, though, a classy boy in the sky has arrived. The legendary Drake bomber has arrived on the field, folks. Let's see what this guy manages to do. It's going to be absolutely brutal. This is psychological damage 101 right here. It's like, oh my god, he's got a Drake bomber? What is it going to do? What is it going to do? Why is that rocket exposed to a Neo? Why is it exposed? It's not supposed to be exposed. Ah, it's exposed to a tank too. That's just... that... Rockets tend to get bullied over here on the semi-original guy channel, folks. Are we going to be seeing that trend continue? I think so. I think so, folks. There's absolutely no reason why Drake would not go up and just eliminate that rocket. It is far too dangerous. It's worth losing a tank. Yeah, it's worth losing a tank to ensure that that rocket gets bullied, folks. As we can see here, caught in 4K, bullied rocket, textbook flipping semi-original guy channel. Beautiful. Oh, more soiled abominations. There's so many soiled ones. So many soiled ones on the field. It's terrible. But Harvey pushing some infantry up to the front lines right now. Could quite potentially grab one of these properties. No, in all reality, all he's got to do is just flip one property and a comm tower. And this is an even game once again. And there are still neutral properties on the field. And it's those contested properties that I was talking about earlier. CO tier -1 going for some of the contested properties. Oh, he brings a fat stack of army right up north, too. So that's going to be interesting. Injures one of the infantry, two of the infantry, so that you can't capture. Drake understands the assignment right now, folks. It is 10 days of just flipping, get infantry away from my properties so that I can win the game. That is what it's all about. Is it going to be enough? Because one property is being flipped. Unfortunately for Harvey, it would appear that there is an artillery pointed directly at that city. So I have a sneaky suspicion it's probably going to shoot. Could be wrong. Crazier things happen. But I think it's going to shoot. 3 anti-airs on the field for 1 Drake bomber right now. Also, folks. Beautiful. That's how you do it. Well, there's the artillery shooting. Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. Not a flipping straight and perfect. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. I can't even believe that there hasn't been a single classy boy built this entire game. Why am I even covering this game? Why am I covering this game? Well, it would appear that Harvey has taken the defensive position now. He's scared. He's scared of the Drake bomber, folks. You must fear and respect the Drake bomber because when it shows up, you know it means business. It does mean business, folks. And when that Drake bomber finally decides what it wants to do, something is going to happen. Now, what that something is, I don't know, folks. Could be anything. Could be many things. Could be nothing. But we're going to find out. Flippin' CO tier -1 going for 1, 2, 3 captures today. Be honest with you, folks. If he captures those properties, I see very little hope for our good friend Hawk in order to survive this. Losing that much of a deficit very late in the game, day 22 out of 30 days, that would require far too many flips. And technically, Drake could just hold on to his co-power and wait for the opportune moment to use it to interrupt captures. Now, that would be up to Harvey then, at that point, to hold on to his power too, because his power would directly counter the Drake damage, but we'll see. We'll see who pops first, folks, because the unit count is getting to a very hefty amount, folks. 36 for Harvey, potentially 35 this turn for CO tier -1 if he decides to buy out every single base plus airport. Otherwise, he might be a little bit behind, folks. The bomber makes another little fancy maneuver here, going back to the center of the map. And we got a shimmy turn, folks. It's definitely turning into a fat episode of Star Wars. Star Wars, episode 1. The Phantom Fluffy, I guess. It's the only person I can think of that stalls all the time. Fluffy, he's a staller. Phantom Fluffy. But we don't got the Phantom Fluffy here today, folks. What we have is Harvie03 versus CO tier -1. But it definitely has become a little bit of a stally game. However, right here on day 23, things are happening, folks. We got 2 Neo strikes. We got a flipping 3rd Neo strike. We got tanks on artillery. We got artillery backing up Neo tanks. We got Neo tanks clearing tanks everywhere. And a flipping Black Storm. Plus out a Black Storm at the end of all that. But then the Typhoon. The 3rd Typhoon of the game, folks. And this Typhoon is a good turd. That is clearing multiple units. 2 units down so far. 3 units down. 4 units down. Artillery down. sacrificed to the Penguin Lords. Another Neo, another Neo. Little tank gets clipped over there. And a resign, folks. A resign has happened. There's not much chance for our good friend Harvie03 to come back after that. CO tier -1 is the winner today after a long and grueling battle. What a terrific display of drakery today. Harvie fought well. He fought hard. But CO tier -1 was just stronger today. So hopefully you all enjoyed that one. I love me some high funds, and hopefully you do too. If you enjoyed the content, consider leaving a like, comment, or subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care of yourselves, and bye-bye for now.